Welcome to my channel, Learn and Earn, to live your life on your own terms. Do you feel cheated in democracy? Do you feel that president rule is actually betrayal of the faith of the people in democracy? Why do you think the people would have voted in the state assembly of Maharashtra? Did they ever imagine that they'll find or they'll come to a situation where none of the parties will be able to form government? They'll be bickering, political one-upmanship, but none of the parties will respect the mandate given by the people. They do not want to work for the people but for themselves. I think this is what is happening in Maharashtra. On the recommendation of Governor of Maharashtra, President of India has imposed president rule in Maharashtra. So let us see what exactly is president rule all about and how it impacts the state. Now let us understand which article is associated with President rule. Now President rule implies the suspension of state government and the imposition of direct rule of the center. So whenever there is a President rule in a particular state, that means the central government is under the control of governance. Now, this is achieved through invocation of Article 356 of the Constitution by President on the advice of Union Council of Ministers. Now, who are Union Council of Ministers? Union Council of Ministers are the ministers at central government, which is the cabinet minister of Narendra Modi's government. So these ministers will give advice to the president, and upon their advice president will act and invocate Article 356. Now this can only be done when the president is satisfied that the government of state cannot carry out the governance as per the provision of the constitution. He can do so based on the report of the governor of state or even without that. Maharashtra assembly has been kept in suspension. However, the new assembly stands constituted. Election Commission has already notified the name of the election. Now, suspended animation means the temporary breakdown in functioning of the state assembly. So you must be wondering, how long can president rule last? Now, a proclamation of president rule can be revoked through a subsequent proclamation in case the leader of the party produces letter of support from majority of members of the assembly. Now, you must understand why exactly there is no government in Maharashtra. It is because none of the political parties could come up with more than 50% of the state assembly seats, and hence they did not achieve the majority. A political party who achieves the majority will only get the opportunity to form the government. So if no one claims and proves the majority, the rule will continue for 6 months under Article 356. The president rule has to be approved by both the houses in the parliament session following 6 months. This 6 months time frame can be extended in phases up to 3 years. Now, what had the Supreme Court ruled in case of precedent rule in states? Let's take the past example. Now, in SR Bomai case 1994, Supreme Court had ruled that any recommendation by governor for president's rule in a state under Article 356(1) of the Constitution should be based on objective material. Such objective material should be available in the report sent to the president by the governor. It aims at restricting political interference in the process. If such material is shown to exist, satisfaction of the precedent based on the material is not open to question. Now, where all have this kind of incident happened in the past? Now, it has happened in many states. President rule has been imposed following an election that did not lead to government formation. It was imposed in Bihar in March 2005 and it lasted till November 2005. A hung verdict in Jammu and Kashmir election of 2002 led the imposition of president rule for 15 days. In Uttar Pradesh state assembly election for 2002, no party could secure a majority. This led to the imposition of president rule. But for me, I believe the president rule is betrayal of the people's faith in democracy. When I go out and vote, I want a government. When I go and choose a political party, I want that political party or any other party selected by the majority at least should form the government in the interest of the people. But what we are seeing now is completely opposite to democracy. Why isn't that two major political parties can't come together and form a government and work for the welfare of the people? Is it people's fault? Is it the fault of the common people who came out to vote? They voted for a political party to form a government. But the same political parties want their chief minister candidate to be selected. And that's why they are nothing as compared to the greed of power. They do not want to take the position, they do not want to work for the welfare of the people because they want the position of chief minister. They want power in their hands, they want the control of the state. And the ultimate person who is going to suffer is the common man. He is going to face the brunt of negligence of our political leaders. Thank you.